Two Ford F-150s roll off the same assembly line. One dies at 130,000 miles, the other crosses 500,000 without a rebuild. Same truck, different owner. The secret isn't magic parts or expensive upgrades, it's daily habits. Today you'll learn the 10 habits that build a 500,000-mile truck and the 5 that destroy it fast. So which driver are you becoming? The oil change secret. So here's that inside secret. Change your oil every 5,000 miles, and not every 7,500 or 10,000 miles your manual might suggest. Your F-150's EcoBoost or Coyote V8 runs hotter and works harder than most engines. Those extra miles between changes, that's when oil breaks down, when microscopic metal particles start grinding away at bearings and cylinder walls. The trucks that make it to 500,000 miles all have one thing in common: regular oil changes every 5,000 miles. That's about $40 every few months, buying you years of reliable service. And while we're talking about fluids, don't skip this next habit. Transmission fluid changes. Your transmission is the most expensive single component to replace on your F-150, costing you around $3,000 to $5,000. Yet most owners never change the fluid until something goes wrong. Here's what Ford won't clearly tell you in the owner's manual. That lifetime transmission fluid is a myth. Your fluid breaks down from heat and friction. Around 60,000 miles, it starts losing its protective properties. Get it changed every 60,000 to 80,000 miles, and you're looking at a transmission that'll outlast other trucks. Skip it, and you're risking a $4,000 repair bill. Now, this next habit might sound simple, but is very important and is something you can literally do in your driveway this weekend. Keep your truck clean. I'm not just talking about looks here. Dirt, mud, salt and grime aren't just ugly, they're actively destroying your truck. And there's one spot under your F-150 that's probably already collecting rust right now: the frame rails and the area behind your rear wheel wells. These spots trap everything. A good underbody wash every few months, especially if you live where they salt roads, can add decades to your frame's life. This brings us to a habit which is even simpler. Check your tire pressure monthly. Underinflated tires create more rolling resistance, making your engine work harder and burning more fuel. They wear unevenly and stress wheel bearings, but there's a specific pressure point where you're hurting your truck without realizing it. Most people fill tires until they look full, usually 5 to 10 psi below the recommended pressure. By running at 28 psi when you should be at 35, you're reducing fuel economy by 3%, wearing tires 25% faster and straining your suspension. So get a $10 tire gauge and check monthly. Alright, now the next habit is where most people mess up without even knowing it. Warm up A&D cooldown properly. Your F-150's engine is a machine with parts moving thousands of times per minute, separated by microscopic oil films. Here's what's happening inside your engine during those first 30 seconds that can shorten its life by years. Cold oil doesn't flow properly. It takes 30 to 60 seconds for oil pressure to build and reach critical components. Those upper valve train parts and turbocharger bearings are basically running dry during that time. Give your truck 30 seconds before driving, then drive gently for the first few miles. Same when you shut down after a hard pull, let it idle for 30 seconds. This is especially critical with turbocharged engines. That minute of your time can add 100,000 miles to your engine. And speaking of taking care of systems, here's something that'll save you from being stranded on the side of the road. Replace your battery proactively. Most batteries last 3 to 5 years. Most people wait until they're clicking in a parking lot at night. Your F-150's electrical system is complex, managing multiple computers and systems. A failing battery sends inconsistent voltage through everything. And there's one expensive component that failing batteries love to take out: your alternator. When your battery is weak, your alternator works overtime and burns out prematurely. A battery is $150 to $200. but an alternator costs around $300 to $600. Replace your battery every 4 years and avoid both failures. Quick pause here. If you're finding this helpful and you want your F-150 to outlast your neighbor's Silverado, hit that subscribe button. I've got more truck maintenance secrets coming that'll save you thousands. Now, back to the habits that'll get you to 500,000 miles. Change your air filters. Not just your engine air filter, your cabin air filter too. Your engine air filter keeps dirt out of cylinders. When clogged, your engine suffocates and burns more fuel, and your cabin air filter is protecting something you probably don't think about. Your HVAC system. When that cabin filter is clogged, your blower motor works harder and wears out faster. Check your engine air filter every 15,000 miles, your cabin filter every 20,000. You're looking at maybe $50 a year, protecting thousands of dollars worth of components. Now, while we're protecting systems, let's talk about something that can quietly destroy your entire drivetrain. Service your differential. If you've got four-wheel drive, you've got at least 2 differentials. These are filled with heavy gear oil that lubricates high-pressure contact points. Here's what happens inside a differential that never gets serviced. That gear oil breaks down from heat and pressure. Metal particles contaminate it, and eventually, it stops protecting those gears. A differential service costs $100 to $150. A rebuild costs $1,500 to $2,500. Service your differentials every 50 to 60,000 miles. If you tow heavy or go off-road, cut that in half. We're almost through the good habits. This next one ties everything together. Follow your maintenance schedule. People get busy. They skip the 30,000-mile service, figure they'll catch it at 40,000, and suddenly they're at 60,000, having missed 2 major services. And there's one service interval that, if missed, starts a chain reaction of failures. The spark plugs. Ford recommends changing them around 60,000 miles. Miss that, and those plugs start misfiring. Misfires damage your catalytic converter, which can cost $1,500 to $2,500 to replace, all because you skipped a $200 service. Stay on schedule, and your truck tells you what it needs before small problems become disasters. And here is the last habit that ties all of this together. Drive it like you care. This isn't about babying your truck. F-150s are made to work. But jackrabbit starts, slamming on brakes, and revving in neutral all add up. And there's one driving habit that secretly destroys your transmission faster than anything else. Downshifting late when towing or going downhill. Your transmission isn't designed to be your primary brake. When you're flying down a hill and then downshift, you're creating massive heat and stress. Use your gears proactively, brake smoothly, accelerate reasonably, and your truck will reward you with hundreds of thousands of miles. So those are the 10 habits that'll get you to 500,000 miles. Now, let me tell you about the 5 habits that'll ruin all that hard work. Bad habit: hitting speed bumps, A&D potholes too fast. We've all done it. You're cruising along, maybe distracted, and suddenly there's a speed bump. You feel that jolt. Do this regularly, and your shock absorbers and struts fail first. They're designed for controlled compression, not violent impacts. Once damaged, they can't control your suspension properly, leading to uneven tire wear, more suspension damage, and alignment issues. I've seen trucks with 50,000 miles that ride like they have 200,000, all because the owner treated every speed bump like a rally course. Slow down before bumps. Your suspension will last twice as long. This next one is even more common and even more destructive. Bad habit: carrying too much weight. Your F-150 has a payload capacity listed inside your driver's door, typically 1,500 to 3,000 pounds. That's the total weight including passengers, cargo, and tongue weight. Here's what happens when you regularly exceed that capacity. Everything wears faster. Brakes overheat. Suspension wears out. Transmission generates more heat. Even tires wear faster. I've seen guys haul heavy loads every weekend, then wonder why they're replacing brake pads every 20,000 miles instead of 50,000. Know your limits. And this next habit is killing your fuel system right now. Bad habit: running on empty too often. Your fuel pump is submerged in fuel inside your tank. That fuel cools and lubricates it. When your tank is low, your pump runs hotter and works harder. Here's what's sitting at the bottom of your fuel tank right now. Sediment. Rust, dirt and debris that settle at the bottom. When you're running on fumes, that pump sucks up contaminated fuel, sending it through your fuel system. Eventually, something clogs. Fuel injectors are $50 to $150 each. A high-pressure fuel pump on an EcoBoost will cost around $800 to $12,100. Keep your tank at least a quarter full. This next one makes me crazy because it's so easily avoided. Bad habit: shifting gears before fully stopping. We're all in a hurry. You're backing out, still rolling backward, and you slam it into drive. Every time you do that, here's what happens inside your transmission. You're creating shock loads through your entire transmission. The bands that control your gears wear faster. The clutch packs slip and overheat. Do this regularly and you'll need a transmission rebuild at 120,000 miles instead of 250,000. The fix is simple. Come to a complete stop, count to 1, then shift. That 1 second can save you $4,000. And the last habit that'll destroy your truck is the most insidious. Bad habit: ignoring small sounds, A&D weird feelings. Your truck is talking to you. That faint squeak when you brake, that slight vibration, that clicking noise when you turn, these are warnings. And here's the real cost of ignoring these signs. Small problems cascade into big failures. That squeaky brake is telling you your pads are done. Ignore it. And a $200 brake job becomes $600. That vibration you hear often is destroying your tires and suspension. That click you hear often is a CV joint about to snap, leaving you stranded with a $400 tow plus repairs. Catch problems early. So there you have it. 10 habits that can push your F-150 past 500,000 miles, and 5 habits that'll send it to the scrapyard early. So what's the highest mileage you've seen on an F-150? Drop it in the comments below. And if you want to keep your truck running strong for decades, hit that subscribe button because I've got more maintenance secrets coming that the dealership doesn't want you to know.